Hello and welcome to another MCO video update. We want to take a look at another nice piece of equipment I picked up here, which is the 8BitDo64 Bluetooth controller. 8BitDo, in my opinion, a really good controller company, you could say. Lots of good equipment there, lots of good controllers, and whenever they release a new controller, I'm normally up for it, and especially because it is apparently it is compatible with the Switch 2. So I'm going to show you first of all how this controller looks. I haven't opened the box yet. We'll unseal it, and then we will open this. I will take a look at the controller, give you my first impressions, and then I will also show you how to connect it to the Switch 2. I mean, I have no idea if it works yet, but we will do that together. And if you're just here for that tutorial, just feel free to skip to the second part. I'll put the timestamp into the comment section so you can just jump to that section if that interests you. But yeah, today we're checking out the brand new 8BitDo64 Bluetooth controller. It's designed as the official companion controller for the upcoming Analogue 3D console. So I did read it in some comments on YouTube. Wanted to see what other people are saying about this controller before I bought it, because I don't want to buy something that's potentially not really a good controller. But the first impressions in other videos that I've seen and articles I've read were quite positive. So I want to share with you my impressions, but also people asked in some comments and some articles I've read, they asked the question, why would you go for this and not for the original N64 controller, which you can obviously get for the Switch 2 as well? And well, the answer is quite simple. This one is actually for the Analogue 3D console. Not only, but the guys from Analogue obviously recommend this one, which is why it came out basically together with that console. Now, the console itself hasn't shipped yet, but the controller arrived yesterday, so I figured I'd unbox it with you and share my first impressions. In addition to that, there is, as far as I'm aware, at least in the UK, a lifetime, so-called lifetime, and there are ways around it, but there's a lifetime limit of 2 N64 controllers for the Switch 2 per customer. And if you want to get 4 maybe, well, this might be a good alternative. Now you can buy them on eBay as well and stuff like that, but still. But key is here, there's something new out there. I want to take a look at it together with you. I'm always up for new stuff. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we see everything a little bit better. Better overview. So I'm going to unseal it. Color white. So to be clear, I haven't tested it, obviously. It's purely unboxing and hands-on first look impressions. Always with these controllers from 8BitDo, we get the white box, always, which is good. Yeah, it's a nice box. And then the controller comes in this plastic wrapping, and then there's normally a cable in here as well, white as well, branded. It's 8BitDo branded, which I like. And we will use that in a few minutes to get the firmware upgrade, because I believe for the Switch 2 they need a firmware upgrade. Like the color scheme, I like it's white. I would have maybe enjoyed a little bit more, a few more colors maybe there, but it doesn't matter so much. So design-wise, let's remove that as well here. So design-wise, you could say it's clearly a very modern take on the classic N64 layout, I think. But you can recognize the N64 kind of in there. Obviously, like just one joystick, for example, right? You don't have that in modern controllers anymore. We typically use 2 these days. But you've got the analog stick here on the left. So you've got the D-pad next to it. You've got the start button, typically as on the N64 controller, in the middle. You've got the A and Bs on the right, and of course the iconic C buttons above. They are normally yellow on the N64 controller. By the way, for an N64 controller review, just check out my video. I made that as well. Recently we unboxed the N64 controller and actually compared it with an original N64 controller as well. It's on this channel. So The C buttons are slightly raised, quite high actually. Raised, which feels very, I'd say, reminiscent of the original. The shell has this, I don't know if you can see that, but it has a slightly textured, almost marble-like surface, I'd say. Yeah. It doesn't make any sound, so it's really well built. It feels high quality in the hand. Yeah, not cheap at all. The weight is spot on. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It's just right, in my opinion. And all the face buttons feel quite solid. Yeah. With a nice click, you might hear that, and responsiveness to them. So far, everything looks and feels really well put together. Honestly, just as I would expect it from 8BitDo. The analog the analog stick is gated, which means it has those, 8 hard notches for like the original. I think that's on the original as well. It's a great it's great because that's for games like Mario 64 or Wave Race that rely on precision in all 8 directions. Again, I haven't tested in action, but just from the feel, it feels solid. I always like that. And then it's got this for extra grip here. Now, one small thing to note, and this is kind of a trend with 8BitDo. What I just noticed is the D-pad. Yeah, it feels a bit mushy to me, just a little bit. It's not awful. It's just not super crisp, and I'll need to try it in actual gameplay to say more. But I've never really loved the D-pads on their controllers. They are solid, yeah. They're just maybe not perfect. But we'll see. I gotta test it. But that's on on a very high level. I mean, they're still pretty good. Yeah, but again, even for most N64 games, that might not even be a great deal because for most games, the D-pad is not like the main input. So what do we have on top? We've got the standard L and R shoulder buttons, 2 triggers on the back. You've got that sync button. You've got a USB charging port here. So there's this toggle switch, which I think on their controllers is to switch between Switch. Is it Switch and Android? I think S is probably Switch. We'll see. But yeah, they've got this toggle switch. They always have that. And yeah, but it's well positioned so that you don't accidentally get there during gameplay. Well, that is pretty good. In terms of feel, yeah, the controller sits really nicely in my hands. I can reach all the buttons easily. Everything feels like where it should be. Now, what I'm missing actually is the Z button. Yeah, but they are here. The classic one on the N64. So again, it's not a copy of the N64 controller. It's more like a modern reinterpretation. I always liked the Z button at the back, like on the original one. But here you've got obviously these 2 Z triggers. I haven't used it in game yet, but from the grip alone, it feels good. It feels promising. Yeah, so I think we're going to take a look at the firmware update in a minute for the Switch 2. Maybe it can already connect, so we'll try it first without the firmware upgrade, and then I will connect it to the yeah, let's say to the update thingy. But before we do that, actually, why would you get this controller? Yeah, so. Well, sure. I mean, Nintendo has re-released their N64 controller for Switch Online. And if you're playing on Switch, that might make more sense to you, right? It has the original shape and feel, and that's my preferred way of playing the original N64. Absolutely. And that's, great if that's what you're looking for. But this controller is a modern interpretation. It's wireless, okay? The new N64 one as well, but it's wireless, USB-C. I think it feels a bit more ergonomic. Like, you know, the original N64 one is great. It was great back in the day. Today it's a bit dated, yeah? But obviously for those who love the nostalgia like I do, that's perfect. But if you want maybe a little bit more of an ergonomic feel to it, then this here might be better. This here might also be a bit more durable than many of the aging, or not the aging, but like the original ones, yeah. Just from the quality of 8BitDo, that is probably what I would expect, especially because the N64 controller analog sticks wear out quite quickly. So, and also if you are looking to play N64 games on PC or on Analogue 3D when it launches, or it has launched but just not shipped yet, I think, then you know you might not be able to get that N64 one connected there. So this seems like a strong option, and yeah, I mean, if you already have a N64 controller that you love, like not necessarily the original ones. I mean, there are other new interpretations, right? But if you have another one that you love for your N64 games, regardless of which platform you play, then you might not need to rush out and buy this one. But if you want something, let's say officially designed for the Analogue 3D, or you would just want a modern solid option, this looks like a good fit. Or maybe just for your Switch as additional controller, yeah? So that's it for now about the controller, but I wanted to see if it does connect. Hold on. If it does connect actually to the Switch already. It's gonna start it. And then we're gonna stand it up. And I wanna see if it already potentially connects, yeah? Normally they want, don't know how to. Okay, and then this button. I'm not sure, it might, normally it searches, normally it looks a bit different when it searches, but maybe that's just how it should be. Okay, we go to change grip order. I'm not sure, it might not find it yet. No, we will need to. Yeah, no, we need to. Yeah, let's put the firmware on it, right? So let's do that, and I'm going to switch over to my laptop where I have everything prepared already on the 8BitDo website. And what I have to do here, so we are now on the 8BitDo website. I have to connect now the USB cable to my laptop. We'll do that. No, we don't do that first. What we do, we're going here to support. And then we're going to select the controller we want and need. We have to find it first. It'll be... Where do we find it? It's the Bluetooth one, so... Is it? Yeah, this is the one. So we have to get the firmware updater. Windows, I've got. So while it's downloading, I'm going to connect here the cable to my laptop. Just waiting for it to download. I'm just doing this. I'm not cutting anything because I want you to see how long it actually takes. So, but it's nearly downloaded. I mean, that's pretty much my, my internet connection, right? That guides this download. So we go now to the extraction here, and it now starts the software, the upgrade software. It should show now somewhere in a minute. Yeah, so please connect the 8BitDo device via a USB cable. So we're doing that right now. It's connected now. See if it finds it. It should automatically find it. Not sure why it's not doing that in this case. Good live test. Okay, guys, I found out what it was. When you have an issue with that, at least I think that was the issue. You know, I did have it set on switch before. It might have been the problem when I changed that toggle at the back again, back to D, it worked. So it recognized it. That was the issue. Anyway, this is the new one. What does it say here? Optimize the analog. Why does it not say that is included? Oh, 1.02 might have been for the Switch 2. Yeah. Okay, so we gotta update now. I'm going to do that now. Doing that now. Is it updating? Oh yeah, it's doing that here. Didn't notice. Okay. So done. Update complete. Okay, let's disconnect it. Okay, and we're going back to the camera now. And I've set it back to S. I assume that's switch. So what I have to do now... Oh, it found it. It's already paired. You see it up there in the corner. It's already paired. Perfect. I don't even need to go to change grip. Can do. Probably will find it here, or maybe not. I need to do it again. But it was already paired a moment ago. Oh, the battery might be done now. Is the battery done? No. Yeah, it found it. Found it. Okay, well, it even recognizes it. That's pretty cool. It does recognize it as N64 controller instead of like a Pro controller. Works. Fantastic. Well, that's super fun. I wouldn't use it really as a Pro controller replacement. This would be really to play the Nintendo 64 classics. Yeah. But yeah, quite happy with that. It's quite easy to connect. You just need to do the upgrade, the firmware upgrade. Looking forward to actually testing it and letting you know how it goes. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.